So, after reading the complete Persepolis and the related materials that came with it, what really stood out to me is how Marjane uses her story to question identity, exile, and how women from Iran are represented both at home and in the West. In Persepolis, she shows how growing up during the Iranian evolution or revolution shaped her sense of self. Her simple black and white drawings really make these heavy topics feel even more personal. Um, in the PBS NewsHour interview, she said that drawing helped her distance herself from pain, but you can still feel how deeply she's processing that trauma, which also connects with Edward Said's reflection on exile, where he talks about exile as both painful and eye-opening. But you can also see how Marjane feels out of place no matter where she goes. Like, she's too Iranian for Europe, but she's too Western in Iran. Um, Shirazi's chapter about women's images in Iran also connects very perfectly here. She really explains how women's bodies became symbols used for politics, and Satrapi's totally pushes against that. In her memoir, women aren't just symbols, they're real people who had flaws. Um, I really also loved her short article, How Can One Be Persian? Because she really points out how the West romanticizes Persian identity, but Iranians themselves also hold on to nostalgia. She's kind of saying, like, identity isn't fixed, it's something that you will keep figuring out. But also, when we look at the film Capernaum alongside Persepolis, both use childhood to expose social injustice. Kids like Marjane and Zane see things adults tend to ignore. It kind of like is a reminder that innocence can be political too. But overall, Satrapi turns her personal story into a universal message about belonging, and she constantly reminds us that exile and identity aren't just about losing a home, they're about having to constantly rebuild one.